do you have any idea how much it's going to cost you after you've been selected for the DV lottery? You did apply last year, right? Or maybe you're going to be applying. Now, I want to come here and give you the cost estimate of how much you're going to be paying after you've been selected. A lot of people think, well, the DV lottery is free. It's free. Yes, it is free to enter. But after you win or you are selected, you're going to pay some fees. Some of these fees is going to go to the American embassy. Some of the fees are going to go to the medical facility where you'll be doing your medicals. Some of the fees are going to go to your policeman, your country, right? They are going to help you with police certificate and other things like that. So when you total everything up, the price do get up there, right? So in this video, I'm going to break it all down for you. Now, mind you, there's a lot of countries that did participate in the DV lottery. So I cannot guess for every country out there, but I'm going to give you a ballpark, right? And with that ballpark, you should be able to sort of like gauge how much you will be spending. And I'll show you different way how you can find out in the country where you're from, how to estimate the cost and everything. So stay tuned. We do help a lot of people when it comes to the DV lottery, and that's how I know this, especially when it comes to the country of Ghana. We have a lot of clients there that we help. This is Kooturu Global, by the way. We are consultants. Our mission in the next 5 years, we want to help 20,000 people travel to the country of their dream. Now, I'm going to be sharing my screen here because this is going to be a deep dive. Now, from the gate, the moment you are selected for the DV lottery, you're going to be doing your DS-260 and other documents. Those documents, they are online, they are free. There's no charge for it, right? Unless you're maybe paying a service fee to someone who's helping you, right? For example, we are consultant. If you come to us, you want to work with us and you want us to process everything for you, obviously it's not free because we're putting that, time and energy towards your case, right? But aside from that, those documents are out there, they're free. Now, after you fill out those documents, if you're doing it yourself, now this estimate right here is for someone who is doing it themselves, right? Just to clear the air on that, all right? And the prices that you see here is for one applicant, meaning that you registered yourself, you said you are single, you don't have any kid, you don't have anything. How much are you going to be paying for your visa fee? Currently, I'm using Ghana as the foundation because we do have a lot of clients in Ghana. We've helped a lot of people in Ghana. So we're using Ghana as a foundation. So as it stands right now, the US Embassy in Ghana, and I know across the world, that's how much it's going to be like, right? They are charging $330, okay? And then they are going to request you to do your medicals because the DV lottery is an immigrant visa, meaning that you are migrating to the United States. And when you get here, you're not going back. So as long as you're not going back, they have to do some medical record on you to make sure that you're fit, you are healthy and you don't have any sort of like major disease or clinical record that can, be bad for society, right? So to do that medical record, the US Embassy will choose a medical facility for you to go to. And every medical facility charges differently. Currently in Ghana right now, we have two medical facilities, Akai House and Holy Trinity. Their prices are a bit different. I think Akai House right now is around 10,000 there. Holy Trinity is around 8,000 there, only 2,000 difference, right? But their results is the same. They really don't care where you're getting the results from as far as the embassy is concerned, right? So if you're choosing and you want to save money, obviously look into it. Maybe the prices will change or they will become the same. But as it stands right now, 2025, I'm doing this 2025 because there's a lot of price changes, inflation and other things. So this is the accurate thing, especially if you're in Ghana, how much you're going to be spending as a single person. Right now, I've estimated both of them. You're going to be spending somewhere around $600, right? Depending on a dollar rate, you're going to be spending around $600. And then, so this medical record includes like medical examination fee, include the x-ray, blood test, and other things like that, right? If you want to do your fever, because sometimes you are required to do like your fever shot, right? Yellow fever shot. If you're going to be doing that, I think it's an additional cost, but estimating everything is $600, okay? And now you have your police report. This is for the US Embassy to check that you don't have any criminal record. Now, they will require you to go to the headquarters in Accra, sometimes in the city where you are. So if you're in Kumasi, you're going to be going to the police headquarters in Kumasi, in Tamale, police headquarters in Tamale. And I'm sure if you are from any other country, you will go to the police headquarters there in that country or that city. The last time we helped a client do this police report, it was around $30, right? $30 approximately is around 400 Ghana cedis. Some people will charge different. There's not a fixed price. It really depends, in Ghana, as I know right now, it really depends who you're going through. There's not like a fixed price. And sometimes too, it really depends how fast you need it, right? In Ghana, you already know that if you're going somewhere and you need it very, very fast, the price is higher, right? It's like they are charging you to expedite the whole process, right? But maybe if you don't need it that fast, it might be lower than that. But the last time that we did it, it costs around $30. So adding all these three costs together, so far, as I know, aside from these costs, the only other cost that is involved, I didn't really put it in here, but I know for a fact that you're going to be spending money on printing a whole bunch of document. Why? Because the US Embassy require you to photocopy every original documents that you have. So if you're going to be taking in about 10 to 15 documents, you will need to photocopy each one of them. And I didn't include that price because depending on where you're from, it might be different. But printing, yeah, you might add around like $100 of printing money to it. I didn't include it here though. I just wanted to, include the main three things that you are going to be spending money on. Why? Because some people might have their own printer. That's why I didn't include it, right? So right now, as it stands right now, $960. The current rate, I'm recording this video April 29th, 2025. The current rate right now is 14.30 pesos, 14 cedis, 30 pesos to dollar, right? That's how much a dollar costs right now. So if you estimate it, everything comes up to 13,723 Ghana cedis for one person. Now, this exclude printing and, maybe your fare. Sometimes some people live in Kumasi, they have to travel to Accra to the embassy and other things like that. I didn't include all that, right? This is just rough, pure the money you'll be giving to the American embassy, to the medical facility, to the police people and all that, right? 13,723 Ghana cedis, right? It can go a little higher, it can be lower, depending on the dollar rate. Right now, the dollar rate is 14. Just a few days ago, it was 15. So guess what? You already know. I'm not even gonna say it, right? So now let's move on. If you are married couple, if you have a dependent, especially a spouse, right? You are a man and you included your wife, you're a woman, you included your husband, you're going to be doing ×2 of that, right? So ×2, because you're both gonna need police report, you're both gonna need the medical examination, and you're both going to need visa fee, right? So with that being said, that will be $1,920. If you exchange it into cedis, you are looking at 27,000, just a little over 27,000 Ghana cedis. Now, you might have a dependent, you might have a child. Now, there is a little thing here. If your child is below 15, they will not need the medical report or medical record. And if your child is below 16, you might not need the police certificate, right? So with that being said, but if your child is the age of, let's say 16, 17, around there, they are both going to need the medical and police report. So let's say you are a husband, a wife, and then you have one child who is like 16 and a half, right? Getting to 17. This is how much you should be looking at, 2,880. I don't know. I think the visa fee is the same thing for children. I believe it's the same thing. It might be. Why not? If you go in there, just estimate. That's why we're saying estimate, right? It's not a fixed cost, but you'll be looking somewhere around 41,000. That's a little over 41,000 Ghana cedis. So that's for 3 people. All right. So there are people with like 3 children, and right, just times it, right? Take the $960 and then go from there. Do multiplication from there, right? Times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5, vice versa, and just keep going, right? It's an estimate, right? I'm trying to help you prepare, just so you are not at the embassy arguing with them that you didn't know that you have to pay visa fee for such and such and such, right? I'm helping you prepare. Now, in case if you are here and you're like, oh my goodness, this is good, I did win the DV lottery, the result is coming out. I did win the DV lottery. I do not know what to do. We do have a nice package as a service, as a consultant for people who won the DV lottery. Imagine spending all this amount of money, right? And do you know what? I forgot to even say something. The most important thing is all this money that we are talking about. If you get to the counselor or the consulate and you interview with them and they refuse your visa and they say no to you, you can't go back for your money. 27,000, 21,000, 17,000 out the drain. You don't get it back. Imagine that. That's someone's life saving. They just took it to prepare to get a visa and they go and the officer tell them, well, it doesn't look like you're prepared. You don't want to waste that amount of money and not get the visa. That is why I always tell people this is the biggest opportunity that you get. So do not go there and mess it up. Imagine all these money that you're throwing in, you go there and you don't get the visa. That money, it's just bad, right? So to make sure you're doing everything right, to make sure that you are following the right path, you got the right paperwork and you're not messing anything up. If you think you're gonna need a consultant, our arms are wide open. This is Kooturu. We've helped so many people when it comes to the DV lottery. We know the ins and outs when it comes to the DV lottery. We do have a nice package for winners, for people who are selected for the DV lottery, in case if they want us to help them prepare for this. It is not free, right? I just gave you you the estimate. We do have a service fee that we charge, but one thing that we assure you is that we're gonna take the whole process. We're gonna make sure you're not missing anything. We're gonna even make sure that you know everything is in check before you get to the embassy. We will give you mock interview. We will practice how the interview is gonna go. We're gonna make sure you have all the right paperwork because we don't want you to waste this money. We don't want this money to go down the drain. We want you to be so prepared when you go in there, you get the visa, so that at least that investment, by the time you get to the US, you can make it back up, right? So if you want to reach out to us, I'm gonna leave our WhatsApp link down below. You can check our YouTube, check us out. We have a bunch of testimonies of people that we've helped. But I'm going to leave our link down below, our WhatsApp link down below. You click on it, it's going to direct you to our WhatsApp page. Talk to our nice customer representative. It will direct you to the right department, probably to me or someone else on our team. We work as a team, so we come in and really help our clients. So in case if you are ready to go with us, just check out our number in the description, and then we can't wait to work with you. Thank you, God bless you, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave some comment down there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, especially if you're doing it alone, because we're going to be dropping a lot of videos on things to watch out for, especially if you're going to be doing it alone. You don't have anybody by your side. This is the best, YouTube channel when it comes to the DV lottery. You should check out other videos that we've done concerning DV lottery. We break down DV lottery statistics, people who are winning, how their cases are going, and other things like that. We do all that on this channel. God bless you. Peace out.
Some for to double chair, Mina make us say, Ghana, maybe some Debbie Bram, who person to cry, Eba America, who person will call Canada, Eba school, pushing a dear, to go to Robert Chapway, so person will call Dubai, Eba Yeduma, and that's grown piano baby, Yana person who call piano. She shall go to Roba, a Chapway, a partner contra, that's a wood steer, or Betty because where the music Johnny, where's the old is the kind of sending an audio Johnny, go through Roba, dear Yentissa, yet. Libi takazaka biala me tutu dagu chewa majime jinemuno na tsa eya de papa etisa wo hwamia no be na gu screen no so no pa na fra wo go to kroba a wo mo ye buei no mo du betu fa